we don't get a lot of things to really care about.
Welcome to In Frame Out's Year in Film, where we take stock of 12 months of spectacular cinema and unfortunate rubbish. Here we are, ready to crown the golden goose and scoff up all their eggs as I write incredibly stupid introductions for the end of the year videos while I sip coffee and wait for my dinner to cook. So without further ado, here are entries 5 through 1 of our best films of 2021. Lance Oppenheim's documentary debut takes us through the manicured utopian streets of America's largest retirement community, the Villages. A place where those in the autumn of existence still find themselves searching for love and validation in their twilight years. A visually impeccable, chintzy treat of picturesque shots and faux Americana, Some Kind of Heaven shows that the pursuit of happiness is such a long and hard-fought endeavour, it never truly ends. There's an eerie, intangible darkness beneath this day-glow exterior, the fake smiles and mocked-up facades hiding the fact that these folks moved here so they could willfully deny their mortality by drowning it in nostalgia. By honing in on a handful of playful and occasionally pitiful denizens, each of whom seems to be having a late-life crisis in the middle of paradise, Oppenheim picks up on the quirky foibles and gut-busting fumbles of hopeless romantics and ancient Lotharios without ever lowering the production to nasty jabs. Once I got past the reflexive chuckles of witnessing LSD-chugging grandpas and Jimmy Buffett-themed margarita parties, I was praying out loud that every one of these bumbling oddballs could conquer their loneliness. Some Kind of Heaven is a life-affirming, bittersweet snapshot of growing old awkwardly. After Miriam is betrayed and abused by a close friend, she seeks vengeance with righteous, savage precision. Violation is an unflinching, at times excruciating exploration of trauma, one that deals with a repellent crime and the soul-killing aftermath of bloody retribution. Actor Madeleine Sims-Fewer crafts a multifaceted, disturbingly believable heroine, eternally sympathetic as a protagonist, even at her most forensically brutal. A person who feels that the only way she's able to reclaim her agency is to systematically destroy the embodiment of her suffering. Told out of sequence so that we witness the reprisal ahead of the crime itself, the cart before the horse structure expertly reinforces the notion that grief, anger, and pain distort both memory and perspective, and that there's no set linear path to resolution or acceptance. For Madeleine Sims-Fewer, who serves as not just the lead performer but the co-writer and director, Violation is a calling card of awe-inspiring discipline. If there's any justice, every studio on the planet should be offering her a blank check and the freedom to share whatever story she wants.
Okay. Derek, why do you care about these people? They don't care about you. None of them. They don't even know you. Because you haven't shown them. Every day you'll wake up and there'll be less of you.
In the most accomplished directorial debut of 2021, Michael Sarnowski guides us through the trenches of bereavement as Nicolas Cage's reclusive widower tries to recover his stolen pig. What's so miraculous about Pig's simple, earnest presentation is just how many textured layers and heady notes it manages to successfully balance. It works as one man's quest to find his animal companion. It wows as a deeply empathetic look at how different men compartmentalize, process, and adapt to loss. But when you take a moment to savour its more delicate details, there's so much more to admire. Pig deconstructs the hallmarks of revenge fiction, but never denigrates the John Wicks of the world. Instead, we're asked to consider an alternative to aggression. Instead of thrown punches and stray bullets, we're given teachable moments of tough love and tender understanding. Most profoundly, the whole thing is a meta-celebration of Nicolas Cage, who, much like his character here, has gone from a marquee name to a peripheral eccentric on the margins of a medium he used to dominate. Cage is a distinct, singular visionary, and with this, he's found the project of a lifetime. Pig stands as the only film to move me to tears in 2021, and it's my favourite English language feature of the year. Sometimes a piece of genre hybridization comes along that's so original, so horny, shocking, and brash that it can be neither ignored nor accurately lumped into a single category. No, I'm not talking about this picture, I'm talking about Titane. After bowling over the entire world with the near-perfect Raw back in 2016, Julia Ducournau has shifted gears and applied electroclash excess and her own brand of uncompromising integrity to themes of identity, parenthood, and the wrenching struggle of coming out to your dad. Without a single moment of coy reservation, Titane spits in the face of repressive societal norms and sets fire to the gender binary before essentially grinding up against everything from Cronenberg's Crash to Tsukamoto's Tetsuo the Iron Man to make its point abundantly clear. Anchored by exemplary central turns from seasoned pro Vincent London and the transformative introduction of Agathe Roussel, it's a Frankenstein's triumph of repugnant body horror, abstract allegory, and an affectionate ode to familial bonding. One minute you might be choking back tears, the next you'll probably be trying not to Ralph up your lunch. Not for everyone may as well be stamped in bold lettering over every piece of promotional material, but Titane is very much for me. And its refreshing, idiosyncratic flair leaves it head and shoulders above more than 99% of what I watched this year.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Amen.
Oremus, Seigneur Dieu.
Taking place in 17th century Italy, Benedetta charts a young lesbian nun's rise and fall from grace as she probes her physical urges and succumbs to the intoxicating power of worship. It's a portrait of an ambitious woman and her perilous attempts to climb the corrupt ranks of a system that seeks to repress, deny, and destroy every facet of her individuality. Benedetta is sensationalist, revisionist history, a work that revels in profanity and provocation. Paul Verhoeven isn't one to pull his punches, and here he is, once again challenging the boundaries of taste to exhilarating effect. He drenches this prestige drama framework in sensationalist exploitation, if only to highlight the histrionic hypocrisy of dogmatic fervour and institutional oppression, all built on a sacred set of principles that would sooner believe in psychics, stigmata, and divine intervention than a same-sex relationship. And Verhoeven takes giddy delight pulling it all apart with darkly comedic precision. Every actor involved is above reproach, moving between sober consideration and wry self-awareness at the drop of a hat. From the mundane to the carnal, from the sanctified to screaming orgasms, right up to and including a communal shit into a rustic latrine. Everyone here commits with total fearless conviction. Now, obviously the male gaze is going to come up when discussing the sleazy stature of this text. Thankfully, with Verhoeven's liberal attitudes towards sex and desire, alongside the trusting eye of director of photography Jean Laporé, herself a beloved cinematographer in the space of new queer cinema, these women are only ever demeaned or diminished by the patriarchal institutions they're trapped in, never by the camera lens. Benedetta basks in its hedonistic, bracing, sacrilegious whims, and it's all the more riotously entertaining for its reckless abandon, which is why Benedetta is In Frame Out's Film of the Year. And there you have it, our top 5 films of the year. Make sure to click the playlist in the description below to catch up on all our end of the year videos, and tune in next week for entries 5 through 1 of our worst films of 2021. A shout out to our Patreon producers Jennifer C, Claire MD, Becky O and Nicholas Slayer Revere, and all the love in the world to these amazing folks who support us over on Patreon. How many of these did you manage to catch? Do you agree or disagree with our list? And what are your personal picks for Film of the Year? Let us know in the comments, and make sure you leave us a message down below, click the like button and share this video wherever you can. It really helps us out a lot. If you're in a position to do so, consider checking out our Patreon, where you can get a membership to the In Frame Out Film Club, your name in the credits, and access to our private Discord. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is In Frame Out.